Yo, what is going on, guys? I just Subject Death 00 here with a video of Cyberpunk 2077. And I want to talk about this issue because it's not an issue really, but it's a massive improvement. Now, you may not know this, of course, or not. You may not. You don't know this because I haven't really been posting that much about Cyberpunk. But I've been playing the game since it first launched. So I've been dealing with all the bugs and glitches and all on the PlayStation 4 Pro. Now I will admit they've made some massive improvements, because in the past there would be problems loading in with certain buildings and certain areas, but they have made some improvements. I'm still having that difficulty here. For example, the graffiti wall wasn't very loading in, the boxes weren't loading in, a lot of things weren't loading in still, but it's a lot better than before where everything was just blurry and it wasn't really loading in that much. It took a lot of time for it to load. The frame rate would be horrible. Loading in a lot of things would just be terrible. All the NPCs would be blurry. And in some structural areas too, but they've made some major improvements, which I'm definitely glad and I'm looking forward to seeing as they release more patches to improve Cyberpunk. And I am also extremely glad that they finally included some things like customization of the character, which should have been there in the first place. Like, it didn't make much sense that you're in a futuristic world where customizing your looks was a thing. Okay, such a thing to the point that people would change out their entire face with something else just so they can look more beautiful or handsome or whatever it is. Okay, and the fact that you couldn't do that straight from the beginning of the game, not the beginning, because of course you can customize the character from the beginning to make them what they look like, but the fact that you couldn't expand on that even more or change the hairstyle, just the hairstyle alone was honestly stupid. I mean, I shouldn't say stupid, but it is. You know, I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, but it just did not make any sense. You know, same thing when it comes to how the eyes look. You know, cybernetics, the basics should have been there since the beginning, which I'm glad that they now put it into the game. Another thing that I thought was a big surprise, and which is a more welcome surprise, is the fact that you can own more apartments other than just the one that you have, the default one. Because honestly, though I've played this many times since the beginning, I've never really chilled out at my apartment, never really done much with it other than do what was required, and which was go back to the apartment whenever the quest told you to, or not. I mean, I didn't really see much use of it because there wasn't anything much to do, and I hope they expand on that even more. Also, what I also want to talk about here, as you can see here, the combat is a bit better. Before, the combat was kind of good, but it still has some issues as well, such as, again, the loading in of certain NPCs that looked very blurry and just, it didn't look great. It really didn't look great. But everything is starting to become smoother. And another thing that I've also noticed is that they've definitely added, or not added, I think it was always meant to be that way, but because of what happened, it just didn't look that way, because certain cutscenes or things like this didn't really expand like this. Like, whenever I had this moment, my character would begin coughing when he or she was already at the bottom of the building, and then you talk to Johnny. But now it starts off when you're already inside the elevator, which I think is really great. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of what changed in the story, to see, you know, what added or dialogue, or what was supposed to be, how it would look, you know. I'm stumbling with my words, but you get the point that I'm trying to make. I'm hoping to see what it was supposed to really look like for the story, uh, versus what happened at launch and how the story had looked from the beginning. And don't get me wrong, the story is great. I really do love the story. I think the story is very emotional, it's dark in a way, and it gets you really thinking about the choices that you make. Uh, so yeah. Uh, and I have to say, it is really great to see all this. It really is. I'm glad that CD Projekt Red is really fixing the issues and trying to make Cyberpunk what it is, um, and trying to improve it to perfection, which is again just great to see. They didn't throw in the towel. They didn't give up. They continuing forward with the game and trying to fix it every way possible, which is great. Because I think this is a great game, and I think it's a game worth fixing. Uh, the only issue that I have left with it, to be honest with you, is the fact that it's still first person. I know that was what they meant for the game, but in all honesty, for a game to have so many customizations for the character based on the clothing and the tattoos, the hair, and all that, it's like it kind of makes sense that you would want to see the customization of your character instead of just looking at it through a mirror or photo mode. Uh, I would like to see more of my character. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Um, Tell me what you think in the comment section down below, and thank you so very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to watch for more. I do other content. And yeah, have a great day.
Where's the meeting when?
Japantown. After sunset. I am sending you the precise location. I'll see you there.